I know we discussed this, and I'm not sure where you went with this, if you wanted to continue our services. Remember you met with, was it Dr. Butia, or assisted, you want to reconnect on that?
I did not, sir.
Go ahead and schedule that for you? Did you want to do that?
I did not.
You met with her?
I do remember meeting with her, sir. I'm not going to meet with anybody else from El Camino because due to the meeting that I had with somebody from First, which was the formerly incarcerated something students driving. I'm not doing anything with El Camino because right now I feel like you guys are out to wipe me off the face of the earth.
So we want to provide you accommodations so you're...
Or your earth. I'm sorry, your earth. Excuse me. Off your earth.
Getting back to the classes you're in.
Yes, sir.
So the accommodations you're requesting are test accommodations, right? Extra time.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna call, and I was reading on this. I think I'm supposed to speak with the Vice President of Student Services about, because right now, due to the financial aid misunderstanding, that I still don't understand, because I know. I recorded it on video, me taking the class out because I was so pissed off that I gotta record everything. So I recorded me getting that W taken out. I don't know how that got put on there.
Ernest, I know, I totally get you're very upset. And what we're trying to do is I'm trying to help you out with your current classes.
Oh, right. So as a result of my relying on this, how stupid. I did rely on it. And so I don't have any money for books. I don't have books. Besides my rent and my electricity and my cable that's going to go off pretty soon. I'm 2 weeks behind on 2 8-week classes. What am I supposed to do?
Get books? Is it because the books you don't have?
Yes, yes. Not only the books, but the state of mind. I don't have any peace, sir. And I need that peace to go to school. I don't, with these distractions that I've spent more time on emails than I would have on classwork, probably double. Because, when I write these emails, the issues never stop. They don't stop, and they keep compiling. Like the first issue never gets solved. And I think that's a problem. Why that occurred was because I wasn't taken seriously in spring. I really do have a cousin that's a federal judge with the United States Bankruptcy Court. He's on the 9th Appellate District. That's next to the United States Supreme Court.
Ernest, we've talked about the financial aid issue and the W, okay, which seems to be the sort of...
I don't want to be in a place, I don't want to be in a position where, I'm saying, I think we have an understanding. And, and then I leave for the summer and I come back this fall, and I think we have an understanding. Like, I can go to school here. I think I wrote in an email, if there's any, if you don't want me back here, just let me know in one way, form, fashion, or another, and I won't come back. And you didn't say anything, which made me feel like it was okay to come back, and then I'm ambushed, and no, I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to take that because I keep excellent records. I don't know how many times I have to say this. I'm warning you guys of the dangers you guys are in right now.
Okay.
You don't even know what the dangers are. Do you mind if I screen share something with you? It's from the United States Secret Service.
I don't need that. No, I don't need to see it.
You think it's bullshit, but this is United States Secret Service.
Since you're recording this against our consent, none of us want to see it.
Okay.
Because
you just want to stay in the dark and treat me like I'm even darker. I'm from the dark. What the hell? I'm trying to warn you of. You guys are in it. You guys are in it.
So, I think because you have Gary here, I think it would be helpful for you to finish up the accommodations question. You're currently taking 3 classes.
Yes.
That is an issue that's happening right now. He is here to help you in terms of getting accommodations.
Okay.
So if you're saying that you had mentioned you don't want anything to do with El Camino, you don't want to engage with that, that's okay. That's your choice.
If you want to read this, as the claimant appears to be eligible since September 20th, September 2020. So that means that they're back on payments 2 years. Okay.
Sorry, unfortunately, that's not an area that
it's an EDD. It's an EDD. It's an appeal. You know how many times I've appealed with the judge? It's the unemployment. Okay. I've appealed twice.
Ernest.
And won both times.
Ernest, do you understand understand that this is something that we can't help you with on this call?
I understand that. I just
Okay,
want you
so
to understand
what
that this is
Gary can't
deeper
help
than
you with-
just El Camino and
Gary
what El
can't help
Camino
you with
thinks.
is the accommodations process. So just to be clear, are you saying you don't want to engage in the accommodations process, or you do?
Yes, I do. But I don't
Okay,
think
great.
that you should be in on this. I mean, you don't need to know about that. This is a
You
personal.
had asked for Gary to join this meeting with
Yeah,
you.
no, well, that's because I wanted to hear, like I said earlier, he's the only person that has shown like at least.
I'm happy to leave. I'm happy to leave this meeting if you want to have a.
No,
if you want
I-
to finish this conversation.
No,
with
no,
me.
no. I wanted a meeting.
My only
The
goal
purpose of this particular meeting, I think you know what it was to get the financial aid going so that I can go get started on my schoolwork. That's what this is about. This whole discrimination thing, you can continue to do it. I'm going to continue to record it. But now I actually have physical proof. In the transcript, the official transcript that I ordered with the W on it, it's forever immortalized in like, why is that there, El Camino?
Ernest, do you understand that?
Why is that there? To disqualify? Because that's the only thing disqualifying him from financial aid.
Well, we're going
Was
back to
it?
financial aid. That issue has already been addressed right now to the extent that.
No, it's not because no, it's not.
No, you were.
It's not. It hasn't been addressed.
You can check your recording.
I'm talking about Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown said that he will follow up.
All he needs to do is push a button.
That is
and let that thing go.
the point that we're at right now.
And Ernest, what I'll do right now in this process, I'll go
Yes, sir.
ahead and do the test accommodations for your 3 classes.
Yes, sir.
So you get the extra time. The question I had regarding the books, the book issue that you mentioned.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what the status is. And were you also receiving services from EOPS?
I applied and they said I was ineligible.
Oh, you had applied.
I had applied, yes, and I was told I was ineligible. And I know I am, though.
Any other, while we're here on the.
I just didn't want to
David,
fight
Is there any other
back then.
options because Ernest mentioned books was an issue, doesn't have the funds for the books. Is there any other?
Yes. Well, because my communications is somewhat like it's either I'm either a nice guy or I'm a this wannabe master sergeant guy, and nobody wants a piece of. I mean, they only want the nice guy, but when they get the nice guy, they take the kindness for weakness, and then this asshole has to come out. And I was wondering if you could maybe mediate with my professors that maybe with the assignments I'm back on I don't have books, and that therefore it's a good reason that I don't have the books that you are aware of, and that maybe could I get some accommodations on back assignments because I'm already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So definitely, what I will do in the test accommodations, I'll go ahead and submit those forms, and then in my email to the instructors, I will ask that extra time be allowed for you to submit assignments. The other thing that I'm going to put in that email is that because these are 3 classes, each class obviously is different. So I'm going to ask you and the instructor, I will email the instructor that during office hours, perhaps the instructor and you can discuss the reasonable amount of time to submit the assignments late, because each class is different. So one instructor may say to you, okay, Ernest, I'll give you a week extra. Another instructor will say, okay, I'll give you a couple of days extra. So that negotiation, I'm going to put in my email to reach out to you, you reach out to them, office hours, private, confidential, that this get negotiated, all right?
Okay.
I will put that in the letter. But what I was asking, and maybe David might know of other resources with the book issue, are there other resources available for Ernest?
So for right now, Ernest has already applied for the WEGS emergency grant, and that was received already in September.
Oh.
So that was already issued. The HERF funds are depleted already for this year. So we are out of zero tuition. We're out of emergency aid from HERF. So, but Ernest does have a federal direct loan that's already been approved. It's just pending the SAP appeal or getting that remedied so that that can be issued already. and Pell. So there's two things that are already awarded for him.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Brown, would you mind please putting in a personal word with the people at admissions to let that
Oh yeah, I
to
already
review
did.
the petitions? I greatly appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, great. Is there anything else you want to address today, Ernest?
Yeah, but I wanted to address it on a more personal level, without the other people present. So I'll do that. I'll do that at another time in the email, if that's okay.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for meeting with us.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that.
I'll get on this. You'll be getting a CC'd email from me when I email the instructors, SRCTA. You'll be included in it. All right.
Okay. I just want to say really quickly, and nobody really cares about these type of things, but when I was in prison, I was in general population for all 3 convictions. Now, if I'm Mexican or if I'm black, I can't do that because they'll kill me. They don't like people with those type of crimes. Now, with that said, they don't like my kind in there with these type of crimes. And the only way I can get along with these people is by being honest and forthright about not only about my cases, but who I am and representing myself properly. With that said, I did so in prison. I was never touched once. I never had to fight anybody over this type of things because, I've always carried my paperwork around, number one, which shows a lot of weird things. But you know what? Nobody has even had to ask because normally when a person carries themselves a particular way, like they understand I'm not a stalker, okay? I'm not a stalker, even though I'm thrice convicted. Okay, the last conviction, I got a rapist. That's who I stalk, if anybody. And honestly, that's what that case was about. It's about getting that guy to come out of his closet. And he sent me to prison over this.
I appreciate you wanting to share, but it's not something that we need to know in order to move
Well,
forward.
I think that you should understand where the basis of all all this BS from LACC is coming from.
I have not been in communication with LACC whatsoever.
I'm not saying you are, but you probably have some type of black and white record showing what happened at LACC because
I don't. Actually, all the information that we have.
See, all this denying stuff. It's later gonna. You're putting yourselves on the record right now.
That's
Okay. What if later on in the future a record says, an email says, do you understand what you're doing? I wouldn't deny if I were you. I wouldn't deny if
I don't have any
I would.
information about you other than what you've given to us. So I'm comfortable saying that. I'm saying it
okay,
completely.
okay,
I don't have that information. I don't.
Other
I'm
than
not
what I
requesting
gave
it.
you.
I don't need
Other
it.
than what I
I'm
gave
not
you.
asking you to share it. So
Other
it's
than-
really not.
I have
my office's
a
perspective
very
is not to the
in-depth
helping.
juvenile record because I didn't know I had a disability. Okay, I stole a G ride and drove it to Colorado when I was 15 years old because I had excess energy. By myself, I did that.
Ernest, I don't think
I'm
it's-
trying to come to terms with my disability right now, and taking responsibility for it. You know what I mean? And it's come that now that I admit my disability to people is when people want to compile BS on me, and that was okay by normal society. You know what I mean? But when I'm here at school, this should be a safe haven for students to get an education. You can't better society without education. And if you want to, slice me off, then what do you think I'm going to do? I'm just saying, I don't think that I've demanded